My dear friends, my cherished brothers and sisters in the Lord, I want to pose a question to you today. A question I have been asking myself for over 30 years as I have examined the Word of God and the ancient wisdom of our faith. Are you prepared to accept the truth today? I said, are you prepared to accept? Because what I am about to present to you is not merely another sermon, not merely another teaching. It is a revelation that possesses the capacity to alter your financial destiny forever. I want you to perform a task for me right this moment. I want you to type within the comments section these words. I am ready to receive. Type it right now as you are listening to my voice. I am ready to receive. In the spiritual realm, when you declare your readiness, you are opening a channel. You are informing heaven that you are arranged to accept what God has prepared for you since before the foundation of the world. Now, let me ask you another question. How many of you here today or watching online are laboring so intensely yet still struggling? You wake up every single morning with a heavy weight upon your chest. You check your bank account and your heart sinks because the numbers never seem to shift in the right direction. You work extended hours. You sacrifice time with your family. You execute everything the world instructs you to do. Yet, at the conclusion of the month, there is more month left than money. You observe other people, individuals who appear less talented than you, less industrious than you, somehow thriving while you remain stuck. Let me tell you something today. I comprehend precisely what you are experiencing because I have been there. I was 23 years old. I had finished my rabbinical studies. I could quote the Talmud from memory. I could debate the finest points of Jewish law, but I could not pay my rent. I was brilliant on paper, but I was completely broke. I recall sitting in my grandfather's study one evening. He was one of the wealthiest men in our community, and he constructed everything from nothing. He had nothing when he arrived in a country that did not even desire him there, but he became a giant. And I finally discovered the courage to ask him. I said, Grandfather, I do not understand. I have studied everything. I follow the commandments. I pray 3 times a day. Why is money running from me? He observed me for an extended period without speaking anything. Then he opened an old text and pointed toward a passage. He said, read this and do not cease reading until you truly comprehend what it signifies. That evening transformed everything for me. Within 6 months of comprehending and applying what I learned, my financial situation shifted completely. I went from borrowing money for groceries to earning more income in a single month than I had made throughout the entire previous year. And today I am going to share that identical secret with you. But before I proceed further, let me tell you something. What I am about to share has been kept concealed for centuries. The ancient rabbis debated whether this should ever be taught publicly. They maintained it within close circles for generations. But I believe the world requires this right now more than ever. With inflation rising, with the cost of living crushing families everywhere, with global uncertainty reaching levels we have not witnessed in a long time, this truth is essential. If you are being blessed by this message, please strike that like button right now and subscribe to this channel. Every single week I share ancient wisdom that most will not teach publicly. Teachings from the Talmud, the Kabbalah, the Zohar, teachings that were kept behind closed doors for centuries. Do not miss out. Subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you never miss a video. Now let me tell you the primary sin that is blocking your money. I know what you are thinking. You think it is murder. You think it is theft. You think it is idolatry. But no, my friends, the most hazardous sin, the one sin that blocks all your money, every single blessing that was intended for you, is a sin so common that you are probably committing it right now without even realizing it. Do you desire to know what it is? It is envy. In Hebrew, we call it kina. And I know what you're thinking right now. That is it, envy. I came here for something deeper than that. But that reaction, that dismissal is precisely why the sin is so damaging. It conceals itself in plain sight. It disguises itself as motivation, as ambition, as healthy competition. But the Torah is absolutely clear concerning this. It states, Envy, lust, and the pursuit of honor remove a person from the world. Not diminish, not reduce, remove. Completely pull someone out of the flow of life itself. Let me explain the spiritual mechanism here because this is so vital. In Kabbalistic thought, every person is born with a specific spiritual vessel. This vessel possesses a precise size, shape, and capacity. It is designed to receive a specific type and amount of blessing. Your vessel is unique to you. It was crafted before you were born. When you envy another person, you are spiritually attempting to claim their vessel instead of your own. But their vessel does not fit you. It was not manufactured for you. So what occurs? You leave your own vessel, the one that was perfectly engineered to receive your blessings, and you chase one that will never function for you. Meanwhile, your vessel sits empty because you walked away from it. This is why envious people invariably feel empty regardless of how much they gain. They could win the lottery and still feel poor. They could build an empire and still feel inadequate because they abandoned their own vessel, their own divine assignment. Listen to me carefully. The Talmud teaches in Tractate Sot that envy literally rots the bones. It does not merely affect your spirit. It affects your body, your mind, your relationships, and yes, your finances. When you gaze at another person's success and you feel that burning within your chest, that tightness within your stomach, that voice that whispers, "Why them and not me?" you are transmitting a signal to the Creator. You are stating what you have provided me is not enough. You are stating your distribution is unfair. You are stating, "I reject my portion." And the moment you reject your portion, the channels close. Not partly, completely. Most people will live their entire lives committing this sin every snort single day. And they will never comprehend why money runs from them, why opportunities vanish, why they labor harder than everyone else and still end up with nothing. Now, let me tell you why ordinary methods fail. First, people attempt to work harder. They accept second jobs, they hustle around the clock, they grind until their bodies break down. But there is an old teaching that states a person's income is set from year to year. The amount is decided spiritually. Working harder does not alter the decree. It only alters how exhausted you are when you receive what was already arriving. Second, people attempt to save their way toward wealth. They cut every expense. They live in deprivation. They squeeze every penny until it screams. But saving from a place of fear is not wisdom. It is anxiety. And anxiety is a spiritual signal that repels abundance. Third, people chase get-rich-quick schemes. Crypto, day trading, gambling, lottery tickets. They desire the shortcut. But there is no shortcut toward lasting wealth. Every family that has constructed generational prosperity executed it through principles, not tricks. I have spent over 30 years studying the Torah, the Talmud, the Kabbalah, and the hidden financial teachings that the ancient rabbis passed down solely to their closest students. My family has been in rabbinical study for 5 generations, and I am telling you today, the ancient rabbis did not guess at these laws. They discovered them. They tested them across generations. They recorded them down. And they pass them down with great precision. I am simply the messenger, and today I am going to deliver that message directly to you. Now, I want to share with you a powerful practice that will remove this sin from your life permanently. But before I do, I need to tell you concerning the transformations I have witnessed when people remove this sin from their lives. I have seen single mothers transition from welfare to owning rental properties within 18 months. I have seen men in their 60s who thought their financial life was over suddenly receive opportunities they never imagined possible. I have seen young entrepreneurs whose businesses were dying experience complete turnarounds within weeks. Every single one of them followed the exact method I am about to teach you. Now, if this message is speaking to you, please share this video with someone you love who is struggling financially right now. They need to hear this. The world is traversing a difficult time. Families are suffering, and this ancient wisdom can be their lifeline. Share this with your friends, your family, your neighbors. Strike the share button right now and make sure you are subscribed to this channel. If you have not already, Click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you do not miss any of these powerful teachings that I am sharing every single week. Let me give you the exact method to remove this sin and reopen the channels of abundance in your life. This is not casual advice. This is a serious spiritual practice that I have taught privately for decades, and I am sharing it publicly for the first time on account of what is transpiring in the world right now. You will require 4 things. The primary is a mirror. In Kabbalistic tradition, the mirror represents self-reflection and truth. The ancient rabbis taught that a person cannot fix what they cannot observe. The mirror forces you to face yourself honestly. It strips away the masks you wear for the world and displays to you who you truly are at this moment. When you look in the mirror during this practice, you are not observing your face. You are observing your soul. The second thing you require is a glass of water. Water in Jewish mysticism represents the flow of divine blessing. Water is the most receptive substance in creation. It adopts the shape of whatever holds it. It absorbs energy, intention, and prayer. The water you utilize should be clean, room temperature, and positioned in a clear glass, not plastic, not metal. Clear glass, because transparency matters in spiritual work. The third thing you require is a small piece of paper and a pen. You are going to write something specific on this paper, and I will tell you precisely what in a moment. The act of writing in Jewish tradition is sacred. When a scribe writes a Torah scroll, every letter carries divine energy. When you write your intention with focus and clarity, you are engaging the identical principle on a smaller scale. The fourth thing you require is a candle. Fire in Kabbalah represents the divine spark, the clear's throat, light of creation. The flame of a candle is among the most powerful spiritual tools accessible to you. It converts physical matter into light and heat, which is precisely what this practice executes with envy. It transforms a destructive spiritual force into usable positive energy. Now, here's the exact procedure. Step 1, stand in front of the mirror first thing in the morning. Look directly into your own eyes. Do not look away. Do not smile. Do not frown. Simply look for 60 seconds. Do nothing except look into your own eyes. This is harder than it sounds, but most people cannot do it for more than 10 seconds without feeling uncomfortable. That discomfort is the sin surfacing. Let it surface, do not fight it. Step 2, while looking into your own eyes, speak out loud every instance of envy you can identify in your life right now. State it plainly. I envy this person on account of their house. I envy that person on account of their business. I envy my brother on account of his marriage. I envy my neighbor on account of her car. Do not hold back. Do not judge yourself, just name them. Every single one. The Talmud teaches that naming a spiritual force weakens its hold over you. You cannot defeat an enemy you refuse to acknowledge. Step 3, light the candle and place it beside the mirror. The flame represents the divine light that burns away impurity. As the candle burns, take the piece of paper and write these exact words. Write, I release all envy from my heart. I accept my portion with joy. I bless everyone who possesses what I desire. I trust the Creator's timing and distribution. Then sign your name and write today's date. Step 4, hold the paper over the glass of water. Read the words out loud 3 times. 3 is significant in Jewish tradition. The priestly blessing is 3 verses. The patriarchs were 3. The temple possessed 3 sections. Repeating something 3 times anchors spiritual intention into reality. Following reading 3 times, fold the paper and position it under the glass of water. Let the water sit on top of your written intention. Now, here is the most vital step, and this is where most people fail. You must drink the water, all of it, in one continuous motion. If possible, as you drink, picture the water washing through your entire body, dissolving every trace of envy, every bit of resentment, every atom of comparison. See it flowing through your veins, through your organs, through your mind, cleansing everything. The ancient rabbis taught that water blessed with intention becomes a vessel of transformation. You are literally taking in your commitment to release envy. Step 6. Take the paper from under the glass and burn it in the candle flame. Let it burn completely. As it burns, say these words. I return this burden to the fire. I am free. What was blocking me is now transformed into light. Watch the paper turn to ash. That ash represents the death of envy's grip upon your financial life. Step 7, blow out the candle with one strong breath. That breath represents your new beginning. The Talmud teaches that God breathes life into Adam with a single breath. You are symbolically receiving a new breath, a new beginning for your financial life. Now, here is what to anticipate. Within the first 24 hours, you will notice a shift in how you feel. It is subtle but real. You will observe someone's success on social media or in real life, and instead of that familiar burn in your chest, you will feel nothing. Or better yet, you will feel genuine happiness for them. That shift, that small internal change is the sign that the channels are reopening. Within 3 to 7 days, you will begin to observe real signs. An unexpected check in the mail, a phone call concerning an opportunity you did not chase, a business idea that arrives fully formed in your mind during prayer, a debt that suddenly gets resolved. These are not coincidences. These are the first fruits of an unblocked spiritual channel. Within 30 days, if you repeat this practice every morning, your financial life will look fundamentally different. Not because magic fell from the sky, but because you removed the one obstacle that was keeping what was already yours from reaching you. Now, I must provide you some important warnings. First, do not perform this practice with the intention of acquiring a specific amount of money. The moment you attach a number to this, you are limiting the Creator. The Talmud teaches that God's blessings frequently arrive in forms we do not anticipate and in amounts that exceed what we dare to imagine. Set your intention to remove envy and open your channels. Let the Creator decide what flows through. I once ignored this warning myself. Early in my practice, I performed a similar ritual, but I was fixated on a specific business deal. I desired it so intensely that I attempted to force the outcome. Not only did the deal fall through, but 3 other opportunities I did not even know about also disappeared. It took me months to recover. My grandfather had to sit me down again and remind me that attempting to control the Creator's blessings is itself a form of arrogance, which is a cousin of envy. Second, never perform this practice and then immediately go speak badly concerning someone else's success. Evil speech will undo everything you just built in seconds. The Talmud teaches that evil speech harms 3 people. The one who speaks it, the one who listens to it, and the one spoken concerning. If you burn the paper and release envy, but then call your friend to gossip concerning how someone else does not deserve their success, you have just rebuilt the wall thicker than before. Third, execute this practice for a minimum of 7 straight days without a break. 7 is the number of completion in the Torah. God created the world in 7 days. The week possesses 7 days. The sabbatical cycle is 7 years. If you miss a day, start over from day 1. This is not punishment. This is spiritual structure. It requires 7 unbroken pillars to hold. Now, let me share a deeper teaching with you, something that ties everything I have stated into a single, unified understanding. The Zohar, the central text of Kabbalah, teaches that every soul enters this world with a specific tikkun, a specific correction it must make. For many people, especially those who struggle financially their entire lives, the tikkun is directly tied to envy. Their soul came here specifically to master the ability to rejoice in another person's blessing without any loss to their own joy. When you master this, when you can genuinely celebrate someone else's success as if it were your own, you have not only corrected your soul, you have unlocked a level of abundance that most people cannot even imagine. I drifted from these practices once approximately 15 years ago. I was traversing a difficult period personally. My marriage was strained, my health was declining, and I ceased performing the daily work. Within 3 months, my income dropped by nearly 60%. Opportunities that had been flowing freely suddenly dried up. Students who had been coming to me for years stopped calling. It was as if someone had turned off a faucet. When I returned to the practice, when I sat in front of that mirror again and performed the honest work of facing my envy, everything began to flow again. Not overnight, but steadily, consistently, and powerfully. My cherished friends, knowing is not enough. You have to act. The people I have seen transform their financial lives were not smarter than you. They were not more connected. They were not luckier. They simply trusted the ancient wisdom and followed the instructions exactly as I have provided them to you today. Right now, today, within the current state of the world, with economies shaking and markets unstable and families struggling to keep up with rising costs on everything from food to housing, these principles are not just helpful, they are essential. The Federal Reserve, central banks, governments, none of them can control the spiritual economy. None of them can decree your portion. Only the Creator executes that. And when you align with His laws, when you remove the blockages that you yourself have created through envy, you become untouchable by economic circumstance. When everything surrounding you is chaos, these principles are your anchor. I want to tell you something else. The world tells you that money is purely physical, that it is just numbers in an account, paper in a wallet, digits on a screen. That is among the greatest lies in modern civilization. The Jewish people understood 3,000 years ago that money is spiritual energy first and physical matter second. Every coin that enters your life or leaves your life is governed by spiritual law. And this sin I have revealed to you today is the one that cuts off that spiritual flow completely. The ancient rabbis codified this understanding into specific actionable practices. They did not merely theorize concerning it. They created systems, rituals, prayers, and behavioral codes designed to keep the channels of abundance permanently open. Now, I have compiled everything I have learned over 30 years into a complete collection. 3 complete books with all the rituals, prayers, and ancient principles that wealthy families have protected for generations. This is not just a video, this is the beginning. If you desire the complete system, the link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. These 3 books contain everything: the rituals, the prayers, the mindset shifts, the daily practices, the complete system. The link is waiting for you in the description. Every day you wait is another day stuck in the identical patterns. The messages I am receiving from those who have already downloaded the collection are incredible. People paying off debt, attracting unexpected money, finally breaking the cycle of poverty. This is not theory. This is practical, proven wisdom with thousands of years of evidence behind it. Let me bring everything together for you now. First, envy is the primary sin that blocks your financial channels, and most people commit it daily without awareness. Second, your abundance is determined spiritually before it manifests physically, and envy is the act of rejecting your divine portion. Third, the 7-day mirror practice I have provided you today is a proven ancient method for removing envy at its root and reopening the flow of blessing into your life. You now possess the exact method that my grandfather taught me, that his grandfather taught him, that has been passed down through generations of families who understood that wealth is not an accident. It is a spiritual science. Now I want to speak directly to your heart. I know there are some of you watching today who are at the conclusion of your rope. You have tried everything. You have worked so hard. You have prayed so hard. You have shed so many tears. You are wondering if God has forgotten concerning you. Let me tell you something with absolute certainty. God has not forgotten concerning you. He sees your struggle. He hears your prayers. He has prepared blessings for you that are so abundant you cannot even imagine them. But there is a wall between you and those blessings. And that wall is envy. Today, you possess the keys to tear down that wall. You possess the method to remove that blockage. The sole question is, will you execute it? You are not weak for seeking this knowledge. You are wise. You are discerning. You are the kind of person who does not accept the surface level answer, but digs deeper for the truth. The Talmud teaches that the Creator helps those who take the primary step. You have taken that step by watching this video. Now take the subsequent step by applying what you have learned. You have 2 choices. Right now you can close this video and return to the identical patterns that have kept you stuck. The identical envy, the identical comparison, the identical frustration, the identical financial ceiling. Or you can stand in front of that mirror tomorrow morning prior to sunrise and begin the work that will transform your financial life permanently. The choice is yours, but I already know which one you are going to make, because the fact that you are still watching tells me everything I need to know concerning who you are. I want to leave you with a blessing today. May the Creator open the gates of abundance over your life and over your household. May every channel that was blocked by envy be opened permanently. May you receive your portion with joy and gratitude. May your eyes observe the success of others and your heart rejoice as if it were your own. And may the prosperity that flows to you be so abundant that it overflows to everyone surrounding you, your family, your community, your world. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a co-creator with the divine. Use these ancient secrets wisely. Now, before you go, I want to ask you to do something for me. If this video has blessed you, subscribe to this channel right now. Every single week, I share ancient wisdom that most will not teach publicly. These are teachings from the Talmud, the Kabbalah, the Zohar, teachings that were kept behind closed doors for centuries. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Leave a comment below informing me what spoke to you the most. I read every comment, and I pray for everyone who reaches out. Share this video with someone you love who is struggling financially right now. They need to hear this. And strike the like button so this video reaches more people who are searching for these answers. My friends, the time for waiting is over. The time for doubting is over. The time for envying is over. Today is your day of breakthrough. Tomorrow morning, when you stand in front of that mirror, remember that you are not just observing your face. You are observing a child of the Creator, a vessel designed to receive blessings beyond your wildest imagination. Release the envy, accept your portion, and watch as heaven opens over your life. I am praying for you. Shalom, shalom, peace be upon you and your household. Go in peace and walk in the abundance that is your birthright. God bless you. I will see you in the next one.